You are Sam.
You guys are coming to play golf.
Any other two committees in the evening?
We do. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. 6:30, we'll begin the meeting. Madam Clerk, would you please take roll?
Ronnie Bush. Here. Samuel Newton. Here. Luann Hayes.
Here.
Todd McKenna. William Hadley.
Here.
Dale Diddens.
Here.
Lynette Williams.
Here.
Adam Modero.
Here.
Larry Jogers.
Here.
Brooke Deininger. Scott Helms.
Present.
Jackie DeMeester.
Here.
Nicole Baker.
Here.
Steve Frick.
Present?
Brian Bryant is absent. Tim Whalen.
Yes, ma'am.
13 present, 3 absent.
Very good. Mr. Jogers, would you lead us in prayer? And Ms. Hayes,
Sure.
would you lead us in the pledge?
Dear Heavenly Father, tonight we invite you into this meeting. Please guide us with your wisdom in every issue that we discuss and vote on. Before we vote, please help us to understand all the intended and unintended consequences. Please send a peaceful spirit of cooperation, respect, and teamwork in all that we do and say. We thank you and praise you for hearing our request, for providing your divine wisdom, and for the countless blessings you provide to us each day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get an approval for the agenda, please? By Mr. Frick, is there a second? By Mrs. Baker, is there any discussion on the agenda? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda, is there anyone that would like to remove any items? Mr. Hadley.
Yes, I would like to remove A tonight.
Letter A. Is there anyone else that would like to remove B or C? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve B and C? By Mr. Modero, second by Mr. Diddens. Any discussion on B and C? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take roll on the approval of letter B and C.
Adam Modero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester. Nicole Baker. Steve Frick.
Yes.
Tim Whalen.
Aye.
Ronnie Bush. Samuel Newton. Luann Hayes. William Hadley.
Yes.
Dale Diddens.
Aye.
Lynette Williams. 13 A, 0 nay, motion carries.
Very good. Is there a motion to approve letter A? By Mr. Whalen, is there a second? By Mr. Jogers. Mr. Hadley, go ahead.
Yes. Georgia, could you hand these out? I have one for the clerk and the chairman and the state's attorney too. And so I'm going to go back. We're going to approve the minutes, and it includes also the hoop house. And so this did fall on my watch, and I feel that I have some responsibility, and I kind of did some looking into this myself since this was brought up, and I found some discrepancies, and I'm going to go over these discrepancies. But yes, it's true that in 2015, Fairgram called me and said we had some extra money left over to purchase a hoop house and for a community garden and everything. And I said, I talked to Mickelson, our chairman at that time of planning and development, and he thought it was a good idea. And so we went ahead and let them purchase the hoop house, and it was delivered to the county highway department. So I want to go, first of all, when we say in here, it said a handshake agreement occurred. Of course, that's illegal. I cannot do handshakes with anybody on any type of agreement. It has to go through committee and then to the full board. So this was going on for quite a long time with this hoop house and the Freeport area church co-op. And so what I put first in front of you was on May 11th of 2017, unfinished business, the approval of the lease agreement with Freeport Area Church Co-op. And on the next page is where the unfinished approval, Mr. Helms noted, page 4, item B of the agreement addressed the satisfaction of his concerns with the county's liability. And this parcel will be included in the county insurance and added required certificate of insurance from FACC. Mr. Kluge made the motion, the lease agreement on the agreement. Mr. Pinner seconded. The chair called. It was unanimous. And so this would have been after the fact that the hoop house supposedly was thrown out. Well, on the next page, where it says Director's Report, October 2016, you go down and it says, I begin to believe that our Adams Avenue Garden site will not come to be frugal. The project is on hold due to the county, and I understand the hoop house has been purchased and is sitting out at the highway department. Now, this is October 2016. There is no money to establish a water hookup located without water to the site. The next document, 30 days later, shows you there's an agenda meeting of the FACC delegate meeting where it says the sale of the Cherry Street property action was approved. I don't know how in the heck the hoop house would have been down there within 30 days. Then the final thing we see here is his annual report for the end of 2017. So we had great hope in 2017 of finally developing an empty lot on South Adams Avenue into an urban farm with a rising bed of vegetables and flowers and the hoop house. By the year end, we decided to abandon the project. At a low, and what goes on and says the reason why they abandoned the project. And, at that time, I advised the board, that the project was abandoned and everything. So I still think there's an issue here, and I would like to meet with the state's attorney and the sheriff tomorrow. But, I have some theories, but this is not the place to go over it. But I just wanted to voice and show you some evidence here that I don't believe the hoop house was never over at where Mr. Mike Meads purchased the thing. So that's all I have to say.
Anyone else on letter A? Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Tim Whalen.
Aye.
Ronnie Bush. Samuel Newton. Luann Hayes. William Hadley.
No.
Dale Diddens. Lynette Williams. Adam Monteiro.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester. Nicole Baker. Steve Frick. 12A, 1 nay, motion carries.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone that would like to speak for public comment? Mr. Modero?
Adam Modero, I sit over there. So last October, State's Attorney Larson and I competed in the Run Stephenson County Half Marathon. We see a lot of each other over the summer because we, the county, actually have a very vibrant running community. There are races about every other week if you look for them. All looking to raise funds and awareness for different organizations, from the YMCA to the parks to United Way, a handful of different things. And it's a really fun way to raise funds and attention and build a community of people all interested in just getting outdoors, seeing different parts of our county. And I want to emphasize that these are not only for top-level athletes like the state's attorney and myself, but they're for everyone, every different physical ability. You have people looking to get their personal best time. You have people just looking for personal growth, to complete 3 miles without stopping. You have people pushing babies in strollers. You have people walking their dogs. You have dogs walking their people. You have all different walks of life, all age groups. Not only did my 6-year-old complete a 5K for the hospital over the last summer, but we've actually had to increase the age categories because we have more than one competitor in their 80s, all achieving the same thing. We've got 5Ks, 10Ks, going up to the half marathon. And I bring this up not only because there is a vested interest here in the board, but because the end of it is the Run Stephenson County. They changed the name because it is about the entirety of the county. That's the end of the season. The season begins in April, though, with the Bruce Johnson Farm to Farm. I've been able to compete in it a number of times. It's always a big event because a lot of local farmers bring their produce, and it's the best sausage you've ever had after running 6 miles. It is just fantastic. But that's April 5th, and I would highly encourage all of you to come out, observe, and maybe even participate. Run it, walk it, cheer us on. It does not matter. I mentioned that these are all fundraisers. I want to mention that given our agenda tonight, the Farm to Farm, this first race, is raising funds for Ag in the Classroom, put on by the Farm Bureau, so it's right on theme. Don't let the physical presence of the state's attorney intimidate you. This really is for everyone, and I hope to see you all, if not at this race, the many races over the course of the summer.
Thank you, Mr. Modero. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, we will move on to proclamations. I have a Public Health Week in Stephenson County proclamation that I'll quickly read. Whereas the first week of April each year is National Public Health Week, and the American Public Health Association has proclaimed April 7th through the 13th of 2025 to be National Public Health Week, and the theme of the 2025 National Public Health Week to be the power of local partnerships. And the goal of the 2025 National Public Health Week is to recognize contributions of public health, and we know that we can make our community healthier, safer, and stronger when we support and stay engaged with one another. Stephenson County Health Department does wholeheartedly endorse and support this proclamation. Now therefore, I, Scott Helms, Chairman of the Stephenson County Board, do hereby proclaim the April 7th through the 13th, 2025 to be observed as Public Health Week in Stephenson County, and commend this observation to all of our citizens. Do I have a motion to approve this proclamation? By Mrs. Hayes, second by Mr. Jogerst. Any discussion? Mr. Diddens, go ahead.
I just jotted down a few things in relation to this. In Stephenson County, we have, like Mr. Modero said, we have a lot of opportunities for fitness.
Is your microphone on?
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have a lot of opportunities for fitness. I just jotted down a few things. We have 4 golf courses that I know of in Stephenson County, 3 large parks in Freeport, 2 nice parks in Lena, a nice park in Pearl City. We have the Jane Addams Trail where you can run from downtown Freeport to the state line of Wisconsin, and you can run all the way to Madison or ride all you. So that's a fabulous thing for everybody. We have Oakdale Nature Preserve, where you can walk trails. We have tennis, pickleball, basketball, disc golf, fishing, boat rental, mini golf, camping, YMCA, and fitness lifestyle. So I think there's something for everybody in our county to get out. And just real quickly, Mr. Chairman, I was at Fitness Lifestyle last week. I get on there and run every now and then when it's too cold to run outside. And there was an elderly gentleman, and I'm talking about older than me, maybe old enough to be my father. Him and an older lady came in. He was with a walker, and he went, there's an 1/8 of a mile track in the Fitness Lifestyle, and this old guy shuffled around that whole track. I don't know, it took him, 15, 20 minutes. But he went around, stopping only when he had to move his walker, and be darned if he didn't make it all the way around it. After he got done, I went over and congratulated him and told him what an inspiration he was, because if that old guy can get up enough energy to get out there and walk around that track, I certainly can go out and run a little bit. So anyway, get out and get some exercise. It's good for you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Chairman's report. I spent Tuesday of this week at the Illinois Association of County Board Members in Springfield discussing 2 bills that are currently making their way through the House and the Senate. The unfortunate part of these bills is in counties of population of less than 50,000, they're proposing to dissolve townships, and the responsibilities of those townships would then go to the counties. However, this would be an unfunded mandate. There would not be any revenue available to the county to help maintain the miles and miles of roads and bridges. We're hopeful that that does not get through. However, this is the first time this has been proposed, that it's been included in Governor Pritzker's budget. It's been proposed previous times, but never in a budget. So even if the bills don't pass, but the budget in its current form does pass, it would become effective. If you're not aware, there are 18 townships within Stephenson County. There's only one that the county would not be responsible for, and that would be Freeport Township. The city of Freeport would be responsible at that point. So if you feel inclined, please contact our legislators and tell them, if you agree, that we were not in favor of this. The thought is to downsize government and to reduce tax burden, but as you all know, we are running a very tight ship, and I am not certain where we would find the money to maintain these roads and bridges, not only repairs, but also mowing the ditches, plowing, filling potholes. On Wednesday and today, Adam Matero, Georgia Newcomer, and myself were at the UCCI Legislative Conference in Springfield. I thought that, and Sam Newton. I apologize, Sam. I just assume you're always there, which you are. We met with Senator Chesney. Last night I ran into Leader McCumbee, had some discussions with them. They're both not in favor of dissolving the townships, but again, please reach out to them. Speaking of Mr. Newton, I want to congratulate you. In February, when we were down in UCCI, you were elected as Vice President, I believe, of the UCCI Executive Board. That is a big deal, so congratulations, and we're proud to have you as our representative on that board. And then also, Mr. Newton and Mrs. Baker represented the county out in Washington, D.C. earlier this month at the National Association of County Board Members. If you would just briefly tell the board what you learned out there and if there's anything that we should be aware of.
You're the vice president.
So on this year, there's as in years past, one of the big things that's happening is that AI, which is artificial intelligence, they're looking at programs that help help counties to do what they do, but do it more efficiently. That's a big deal, I think, everywhere. And the theme seems to be across the nation is downsize, downsize, downsize. But the only way you can downsize is if you have the type of personnel or have the type of what they're thinking is going to be the software that'll be available for counties to maybe do some of the work that that used to be done by people. But, you know, again, I hope that's a slow process. I don't think that in every case downsizing works in every issue. As we heard about township, there's some things you just can't take human life away from. So almost in every department of that we are dealing with, there's the idea of what can AI do for county or for government into the near future. So, you know, as I find out things that maybe apply, and I'll certainly share them with us going forward.
Great, thank you. Mrs. Baker?
Yep, I won't talk about AI. That's the bottom half of my notes here. So I spent most of my time in the agricultural and rural affairs policy steering committee. We heard from the Farm Bureau. We also broke down and did some insights and forecasts of the 2025 Farm Bill. Had a discussion panel of 2 U.S. Senate committee members for agricultural, nutrition, and forestry, along with 2 minority House representatives of the agricultural committee. They did go down with the leverages of how federal and state resources can strengthen the land usage and planning for supporting farmers and success in maintaining ergonomics. We did hear from U.S. Representative Sam Graves. He's on the chair of the Committee of Transportation and Infrastructure. He has one of the biggest committees out there for that. All those put together. There's a whole list of them. But they did talk about roads, bridges, and rail funds, and he does a lot of reauthorizations. So they're going to look at those coming up on this month or this year and next year. And then the rest was all AI, which Sam talked about. So there was a lot. It's 4 days. I highly recommend anybody that has the opportunity to go out there to do it. You meet a lot of good people and a lot of networking. You get to hear about what other states that are like ours but not like ours. California, Alaska, Hawaii was there. You get to talk to anybody and everybody. And I was one of 500 attendees that for the first time, and it grew by 2,000 people this time. So it's getting bigger and bigger. So I highly recommend it to go.
Great. Well, thank you both for attending out there and representing us. I appreciate it. Finally, the UCCI Leadership Academy is June 5th through the 7th and June 26th and 28th. If any board member has any interest in attending, please notify me as soon as possible. There are 30 openings, and it's first come, first serve. Mrs. Hayes.
Chairman, is it both weekends or is it one or the other?
Both weekends.
2 weekends.
It would be in Champaign through June 5th through the 7th and 26th through the 28th. You bet. Other than that, I think that's all I have. Again, Mr. Newton, congratulations on your role with UCCI. We appreciate your efforts down there. We'll move on to action items and information from standing committees. Mr. Whalen, no action items in finance. Do you have any information for us?
Just thus far this year, the budget seems to be rolling along good. We had a report from Kerry Wright, insurance as well, so nothing out of the ordinary. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, very good. Public property and safety, Mr. Bush, you have one action item.
Yeah, discussion and approval of bids for ADA courthouse restroom project.
Mr. Bush, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Could you please use your microphone?
Discussion of approval of bids of ADA courthouse restroom project, which is the basement bathroom. We went out for bids and have received 3 bids, and the lowest bid was with Tiles and Style from South Holland, Illinois, at $65,540. The grant we received was $39,000. Well, it was a little $39,000, so we're about $26,000 short. Discussion in committee was whether we keep the money, send it back, or so we decided that we keep the money, and the sheriff did, and he's here in case anybody had any questions. He decided that he'll find a way of making up the differences to get this done. So therefore, yeah, the grant was $39,615. So about $26,000 short. So with that, I so move.
And Mr. Bush, which company are you making a motion to approve?
For Tiles and Style, they were the lowest bidder, at $65,540.
Thank you. Is there a second to Mr. Bush's motion? By Ms. Hayes. Is there any discussion? Is there anyone that would like to hear from the sheriff? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please take roll.
Ronnie Bush. Samuel Newton. Luann Hayes. William Hadley.
Yes.
Dale Diddens.
Aye.
Lynette Williams. Adam Otero.
Aye.
Larry Jogers.
Aye.
Scott Helms.
Aye.
Jackie DeMeester. Nicole Baker.
Aye.
Steve Frick.
Yes.
Tim Whalen. 13A, 0 nay, motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Bush, any other information of your committee?
Just that the front elevator is about a week to 10 days from being complete, and then you'll be able to ride up and down.
All right, great. If you don't mind, I'll also mention, if you haven't noticed, there are new benches behind you. Looks very good. Carpet's in, clean. I think Sheriff Stovall had told me that it was the other benches, we were really pressing our luck with them. If you didn't sit in the right place, it might have ended up being rather precarious. So thank you, Sheriff Stovall, for replacing those. We'll move on to administration. Mr. Jogurst, you have no action items. Any information out of your committee?
Oh, just a little bit. I would recommend that everybody that interested in the reports go back to March 12th administration meeting on YouTube. A lot of information. Everybody that reports to that committee is very busy. As everybody knows, we're having an election April 1st. I would highly recommend people get out and vote. These off-year elections are notoriously low, so we need to get out and make sure we vote. But anyhow, everybody's doing a great job. Nate's doing a miracle here. He's got a lot of projects on task, and I think he's doing an awesome job, as well as everybody else. So go back and watch that video. I'm not going to do it justice for all this stuff that they're working on. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Court Services, Mr. Diddens, you have no action items. Any information?
Just a couple of things. Number one, the Youth Diversion Fund will be distributed next month. We sent a notice out to apply for the grants, and we have $8,400 right now, and we're expecting another $500 or so almost $9,000 to divvy up to any nonprofit for trying to keep youth on the right path. And the other issue is our circuit clerk, Chanel Bardell, and our IT manager, Nate Louie, applied for and were awarded a large grant for IT equipment. And is Nate in there?
Yeah.
Nate said he would come out and, hi Nate, would you come do a little talking about that grant? Fabulous grant that you guys got.
I promise I'm not sleeping in there. We did get approved for a large sum of money. I'm not for sure exactly what that dollar amount is. That's what Chanel takes care of on her end. I'm just the department and the guy and 3 Rock that get to install all of it for the most part. So we are moving through all those projects. You'll see some new panels going up in the courthouse. We're updating some equipment and some infrastructure, and I think we have a project in just about every department it hits. So I think we've completed, or we were closing out the probation project today. I already got the circuit clerk knocked out, and we just got a few different projects that are coming up that we're working through along with the day-to-day. So again, I give her kudos for doing that. The previous circuit clerk, that guy, I don't know if he'd have followed through with it, but she's doing a wonderful job. There's a lot of paperwork and things that go along with this, so it's not like you just ask for money and you get it. We come up with a plan, we submit it to the state. They take about 90 days to approve the process. We don't get everything we ask for, but I will say, if you look around, technology has come a long ways in this building and in this county. And I'm not saying that to give myself any credit. This grant has had a lot to do with it. So kudos to you guys for, voting it through and allowing the things to happen, and we're better for it. Any questions?
I will just say that the grant was $363,184.40.
Thanks, Nate.
Anything else, Mr. Diddens?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
All right, very good. We'll move on to Nursing Center. Mrs. Baker, no action items, any information?
Yep, so the HVAC system is finally completed, so that is off the record. The new billing company will have reports coming up next month, so that'll be good to see what they're doing and getting all of the collective billing and everything. And census as of midnight last night is 50, so that's good. And other than that, it's pretty quiet.
All right, thank you very much. Move on to Planning and Development. Mr. Frick, there's one action item.
There's one action item there that Stephenson Chairman, approval of the tourism grant application. And if she doesn't mind, I'll let Nicole speak to that.
Good evening, Nicole Hass from the Greater Freeport Partnership. This is a renewal of an agreement that we brought to you for the first time last year. It is in partnership with Rockford Area CVB to recoup some money back to Stephenson County. These, again, are state funds that we are now able to reallocate back to Stephenson County. This is not a diversion of any other county funding. This year, it has been a great relationship with Rockford. We've been able to not only look at some funding for tourism, but also what that does as the relationship with talent attraction and some things like that, because we all use the same assets when we're looking to bring people here for the weekend or when we're looking to bring them here for longer. So being able to stretch those dollars, that does require a match on behalf of the partnership, which is just fine. And this year we were able to bring in about $58,000 with that amount of money. So I would really appreciate to renew this agreement that allows us to work with Rockford to bring those dollars back to the county.
Before anyone asks any questions, can I get a motion to approve? Motion by Mr. Bush, second by Mr. Frick. Any questions for Nicole? All right, great, thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any other information out of your committee, Mr. Frick? All right, thank you. We'll move on to Public Works. No action items. Mr. Newton, any information?
No, we do have one here. I see HD. Is that the action item for tonight?
That was actually in the consent agenda, I believe.
No other business, no other information.
Okay, very good. We'll move on to new business. Mr. Frick, there is a resolution, approval of allies in agriculture. Would you like to read that for us, please?
I can do that and make a comment first. This is a resolution that you've passed in the past. It's a program with a partnership between Farm Bureau and our county and other counties within the state of Illinois. As Farm Bureau here, I represent about 3,000 members, a little over 3,400, of which 1,200 of those are farmers. This resolution has to do with encouraging us to understand what farmers are doing and us as farmers to understand what they're doing. It reads as follows.
Mr. Frick, I'm sorry, is your green light on your microphone?
It is now.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. The resolution reads as follows. Whereas Illinois is home to 71,000 farms, 96% of which are family-owned, and of which 1/3 include livestock, Stephenson County accounts for 998 of those farms. Those farm properties account for 305,770 acres, and agriculture supports about 4,246 jobs for an estimated 19% of the total jobs in our county. Agriculture and related industries generated total sales or output estimated at about $447 million. Farm property in Stephenson County provides 29.4% of the taxable value, which provides services to all residents. Illinois farmers support the food security of our citizens. The international pandemic displayed the importance of the American food system, processing, and supply chain weaknesses. New livestock development accounts for additional jobs, creating additional economic growth within the county. Farmers are dedicated to caring for their animals in ways that benefit the land, using tools, technology, and better manage soil nutrients, water runoff, and air quality. Farmers are using fewer natural resources and reducing their carbon footprint while producing more food. Farmland is a finite resource that is vital to agriculture, food production, and the economic well-being of our county. Farmers in Illinois face multiple layers of regulation involving state and federal agencies, providing a comprehensive, robust regulatory program for all farms, including those raising livestock. Data and information from state regulatory agencies demonstrates environmental issues from agriculture are extremely a rare occurrence. The county recognizes the value of agriculture contributed to our county and that rural way of life is the backbone of our country. Efforts should be made to accommodate future success of the rural community. Now, therefore, the Stephenson County Board acknowledges and supports agriculture within our county, the jobs created, the taxes generated, and technologies embraced by farmers, and practices implemented to make agriculture a valuable industry within our county. Move to approve.
Very good, thank you. Second by Mr. Jogurst. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We'd like to remind everyone that we will be having a special meeting a week from tonight at 6:30. It'll be a very quick meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn? By Mr. Bush, second by Ms. Hayes. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.